Good late Thursday evening. I'm meteorologist Nick Kelly checking in on this January 16th of 2020. It was definitely a colder day for sure, with mostly cloudy skies and that colder air mass at the surface working in. Even though we stayed quiet underneath the cloudy skies, Mother Nature has been setting us up for our next round of rain, freezing rain, and sleet already knocking on the door. So let's dig right in and focus on that for our vlog for tonight. We have seen mostly cloudy skies throughout the entire day, not only just over Indigo Sky Casino and Resort outside of Seneca, Missouri, but all across the area. And that is setting us up for this. Winter storm warnings covering Greenwood, that is Allen, Woodson, Coffee, and Anderson counties until noon on Friday, and then for Lynn County on the Kansas side and Bates County, Missouri until 6 o'clock Friday evening, and a good portion of the area under winter weather advisories to take us into the start of the afternoon, but fortunately, with the way things are looking, we're not going to hold on to those winter weather advisories all day on Friday. On top of it all, flood watches for Bourbon, Crawford, Cherokee counties, and all but Bates County in southwestern Missouri until 6 a.m. as we go into Saturday. So this wave is a 1-2 punch with heavy rain, something to keep an eye on, but first and foremost, we have to deal with the wintry side of the system first. Already, the Skywise Storm Tracker showing quite a bit of snow echoes across southeast Kansas, but this is helping to just saturate the lower levels of the atmosphere. None of this really reaching the ground, but as you go deeper into southwestern Missouri, once you hit Neosho, we're starting to get some reports of sleet making their way down to the ground, so that means, sure enough, we are seeing rain reaching the ground in Benton County, Arkansas, and northeastern Oklahoma. That is where the leading edge of the precip hitting the ground is working in first, and that is just the start of several hours of rain, freezing rain, and sleet that we have to endure to get your Friday morning started. At least at last check at 7th and Range Line, cloudy skies, but staying quiet for the time being. The almanac today definitely had us showing a bit of a struggle to warm up. We actually dropped to 23 this morning, but we did manage to rebound to 36, and some spots in our southern counties did manage to go near 40 degrees this afternoon. So some of you did get above the 40-degree mark, or at least hit it today. Last check at Joplin Regional, this temperature has been fairly consistent throughout the evening, between 35 and 36, with a northeast breeze at 5. The humidity, it is slowly starting to rise as at lower levels of the atmosphere are beginning to get saturated. Last look at temperatures we had, red line dividing the area in almost half from north to south, or at least from the northern half, rather, if I could put that together correctly, showing our northern counties in the upper 20s to lower 30s. And then along and south of that line, we are holding steady in the mid, if not upper 30s. And these temperatures will definitely play a key role in determining who sees rain and who sees that mix of freezing rain and sleet, along with the rain, as we go through the overnight and into the start of your Friday. So the Skywise Storm Tracker will continue to stay busy keeping an eye on this wave that has been developing to our south all day and is working in from the south to the north. Up aloft, we're primarily warm enough to see our rain trying to mix in with some freezing rain and sleet, also due to shallow cold air at the surface because of this Canadian high that's been digging in. We're going to see this entire mess clear on out as soon as we get this cold front out of the Rocky Mountain Range and into the area. That will not happen until Saturday morning. What has all the action, at least what started all the action tonight, rather, has been this upper level wave coming out of the western U.S. It is finally working on shore. Look at the shape of the jet because of this wave, pulling in quite a bit of moisture from the Pacific and also from the Gulf of Mexico. That resulted in a cloudy day, and enough of that moisture now is resulting in the rain, freezing rain, and sleet making their way down to the ground, starting in our far southern and western counties. That will only continue to expand and move toward the northeast as we head through the overnight. You can see how temperatures are going to be either very close to the freezing mark in some spots or just above or below it. You see that blue line depicting that 32-degree line. If you're south of that line, primarily going to see rain. If you're along and north of it, you'll have freezing rain and sleet mixing in. So everybody's going to have a messy commute to start their Friday morning out. But as we get past the morning commute, have a look. We are still anticipating, by the time we hit 9:30, 10 o'clock, noon, Temperatures should be inching warmer so that most of the area from Nevada, US 54, area south, and west of 49, that should be warm enough to switch us over to rain for the rest of the afternoon and the rest of the day ahead of us. Then we will see everybody back above freezing, the entire area, as we go into the start of your Friday evening. So the expectation overall is temperatures to start near the freezing mark for a lot of you to start the morning out, 33 in Joplin, then slowly warming throughout the day. I think Joplin will be at 36 by noon, and then 39 with the south wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Quickly showing you Friday evening going into Saturday morning, we'll have actually highs late in the night in the mid-40s, between 44 and 46. Then that cold front comes on through, clears this mess out of here. We'll trend dry for Saturday, but we will also see another good shot of colder air upstairs and at the surface roll on in. As far as ice amounts, Doug and I have been sticking with these numbers overall ever since we got finally a clearer picture of how this is going to unfold. These are ice amounts that are going to be mainly issues for bridges, overpasses, the grass, the trees, the power lines, and for some untreated side roads for Independence, Altamont, Labette, let's say Columbus, Joplin, and then down to Neosho, Monette, Mount Vernon, and maybe up to Pittsburgh and Lamar. That is fair game for 0.05 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of ice. And then once you go north of that, a good portion of the area could see 1/4 to almost 1/2 an inch of ice. Now, with some of this accumulating on the power lines, I would not be surprised if we had some power outages, but we're not expecting to anything widespread. We'll continue to watch that for you. And then there's just the rain overall. We're still set to pick up anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain before we get a chance to dry things out for the rest of the weekend. Saturday, we'll start cold at 34, then we'll rebound to 41 for Saturday afternoon. Staying quiet for Sunday, but mostly cloudy with another quick wave working on in. We'll say cold with highs in the upper 30s, 31, and mostly sunny for Martin Luther King Day. Then we'll see if another storm system can get some rain chances back in here late Tuesday and through the middle of next week. Have a good night, have a good Friday, and let's be careful on the roads.